The robot technology is developing day by day. A female android singing and dancing with a company of human performers was recently displayed by Japanese roboticists. Isn't it shocking? The video of the amusing and shockingly accurate routine quickly went popular on the internet. Curious to know more? Well, stick till the end to find out. How did they manage it? The secret to the dancing routine, according to Dr. Yokoi, is not hardware, but software. The hardware is important. The AIST Humanoids group is regarded as one of the best venues in the world for robot design. HRP2 humanoids are commonly utilized in research, and the HRP4 and its female variant, the HRP4C, which is the robot in the dance demo, are even more stunning. The most significant advancement is now a new software to program the actions of the robot. The program is comparable to that used in CG character animation. You simply click and drag the legs, arms, head or torso to the desired position. You construct a sequence of key poses, and the software generates the trajectories and low-level commands to move the robot. So by modifying a limited number of critical postures, you may create sophisticated whole-body motion trajectories. AIST created software to construct movement sequences. The software validates that the robot can transition from one stance to the next. If one of the joints' angular velocity or range exceeds the maximum values, the program modifies the position so that it can be executed. The software also keeps track of the robot's steadiness. When it develops a trajectory between two key poses, it ensures that the waist trajectory does not cause instabilities and that the foot trajectories result in sufficient contact with the floor. If a stance is deemed unsafe, the software will locate a similar pose that will keep the robot balanced. Following the creation of a sequence, the user can see the resulting motion on the 3D simulator. Or, if you own an HRP4C, you can upload the code to the robot and watch it dance. In a paper titled Intuitive and Flexible User Interface for Creating Whole-Body Motions of Biped Humanoid Robots, Dr. Yokoi and colleagues Shinichiro and Nakaoka and Shuji Kajita described the software, which was presented at last month's IEEE RSJ International Conference on Intelligent Robots and Systems. Dr. Yokoi notes that one of their goals in designing the software is to make the creation of robot motion routines as simple as possible for non-roboticists. They want other individuals to be able to make robot motions, like CG developers, choreographers, or anyone. They wanted to prepare a demonstration for this year's Digital Content Expo in Tokyo, and one of their colleagues, Dr. Masaru Ishikawa from the University of Tokyo, suggested this type of event. At last year's expo, they used the robot as an actor. They didn't have the software to make sophisticated motions, so they were limited to arm and face movements. It was a fun presentation, but this time they wanted to do something new, and one of our ideas was to stage a dance show. Sam, a well-known Japanese dancer and choreographer, was a crucial partner. He choreographed their dancing routine. The human dancers are students at his dancing school. They wanted the dance to be as realistic as possible. As a result, they did not choreograph the robot first. Instead, Sam choreographed a dance with the help of one of his students. The program was then utilized to copy the dance from the human to the robot. The software programming process is rather quick. They did, however, have multiple rehearsals because this was a demanding show. Sam watched the robot after he transferred the dance he made to it, and wanted to make some changes to the choreography. They expected this to happen because, of course, there are distinctions between human and humanoid capacities. The joint angle and speed, for example, have maximum values, so it's tough to replicate the dance perfectly, but they did their best. Then they transferred Sam's changes to the robot and practiced again. They even brought in human dancers at some time. I believe they spent around a month before the final performance. They employ the ZMP principle. Again, the player has complete control over the key postures. If a pose is not stable, the software automatically detects the issue and modifies the pose. So it's doing that in real time as you construct your movement sequence. If you don't like the corrected stance, you can try another one until you're satisfied with the movement. Of course, you can practice the entire choreography in the program before putting it to the test on the real robot. The software automatically inserts a critical posture required for stability. The software is robot agnostic. All you need is the robot model. They have the model for the HRP2, for example, thus they can build HRP2 movements. They also have the HRP4 model and have just generated moves for this robot. HRP4C's head contains 8 actuators that allow it to make facial expressions. HRP4 does not have such actuators. Kawada manufactures HRP4. HRP4C is unique. It's a team effort. They designed the robot at AIST, but they didn't have a facility to build robot hardware, so they worked with Japanese robotics business, Kawada and Kokoro. Kawada creates the body and Kokoro creates the head. You may be familiar with Professor Hiroshi Ishiguro of Osaka University's Geminoid. He's created several androids. Kokoro creates his androids. As a result, they also asked them to create their HRP-4C robot head. They are particularly skilled at creating human-like skin. That is a significant consideration. They need more capabilities to do so, such as recognizing people and items in the house. That is not a feature of the software. However, the software allows you to program any type of movement. They also want people to attempt programming the robot. Only researchers may accomplish this now, but in our judgment, that is insufficient. They want others to be able to design robot motions, such as CG artists, choreographers, and anyone else. And perhaps this will lead to robotics applications in not only entertainment, but also in industry and at home. Consider the iPhone. Many individuals desire an iPhone since it includes hundreds of useful software applications. Apple did not create all of these, they were created by others, including some tiny developers, and they were quite successful. So the iPhone is a platform, comparable to video gaming, consoles, and computers, and they want to follow this economic model. As indicated, humanoid robots in homes and factories are our ultimate aim. That is their long-term goal. But in the meantime, they believe they can contribute to other areas of humanoid robotics. One is hobby and toy humanoid robots, which is a large category. The second category consists of research platforms, such as HRP2 or HRP4, that academics can use to create new software or theories on how to govern robots and make them do jobs organically. The third component is entertainment. That's why they came up with the dancing performance. They also showed the HRP4C in a wedding gown during a fashion event, or as a master of ceremonies. But our ultimate purpose is more than just entertainment. This new program, for example, may perform any type of motion. Perhaps they could use it to program the robot to assist the elderly or to undertake activities involving education or communication. There are numerous options. HRP2, HRP3, HRP4 all appear robotic. If a robot is simply walking or performing a risky, dirty, or monotonous duty, it does not require a human face. However, if they want to use their robots in the entertainment industry, for example, a more human-like appearance is more distinguishing and possibly more appealing. That is why a female humanoid was made. When they decided to introduce their humanoids into the entertainment business, they thought a feminine kind would be preferable. Dancing is a very human activity. You don't expect to see robots dancing with other dancers like that. Perhaps people have seen smaller robots dancing, such as Sony's QRIO or Aldebaran's Neo humanoid robot. However, it is challenging for these little types of robots to collaborate or communicate with people. They intended to portray a realistic dancing performance in our showcase. And of course, they wanted it to be enjoyable. Would you like a dance performance with a robot? Let us know in the comments down below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.